Hi there, students. I'm sure you all know the verb to break, yeah? To break. It won't break now, yes. To break into two pieces. But there are lots of phrasal verbs with break, okay? So, let's try them. We've got to break away, to break down, to break for, make a break for, to break in, to break into, to break off, to break out, to break out of, break out in, to break through, to break up, and that's about it. But I think that's probably more than enough for you. So let's see. Listen to this video carefully because all of the answers to the questions that will come later will be answered in this video, okay? So let's see. The first one, to break away, to separate from. Okay, a separatist movement is a breakaway movement. Okay, there were some cyclists cycling down the road, and some of them separated from the peloton. They broke away. This was a breakaway group. Okay, they made a breakaway. Or there was an iceberg, yeah, and a piece broke away from the iceberg. It also broke off the iceberg, but it broke away from the iceberg. A big piece broke away. Okay, so to break away, broke away from it. Okay, otherwise something like a breakaway movement, but that's going to be intransitive. Okay, so break down. I'm sure you know some of the meanings for breakdown. For example, a machine breaks down when it stops working. My car broke down on the motorway. Okay, to stop working, particularly for machines. Somebody, when they start crying, when they become very emotional, he broke down. He started crying and sobbing. He broke down in tears and started sobbing. Yeah, he started crying. He broke down. The machine broke down and it wouldn't start again. Yeah, the machine stopped working. It broke down. Notice you can also break something down by separating it into its individual parts. Okay, so he separated the machine into its constituent parts. Yeah, he broke the machine down, or he broke down the machine. Okay, so chemical breakdown. When I put things on the compost heap, they break down to make earth. Okay, so to break down. Okay, a break for, or to break for, to run somewhere, to run towards somewhere because you want to be free, you want to escape particularly, okay? So there was a prisoner held by the police and he made a break for the door, he ran for the door, but they caught him again, okay, to make a break for. Or there's a rabbit that's being hunted and it made a break for its warren, its home, its hole, yeah? Okay, so the rabbit's trying to escape homewards, it made a break for its hole. You could make a break for freedom as well, okay? And break in, okay, so to go somewhere to steal things, to break into a building, a burglar breaks in, yeah? Okay, there was a break-in in the shop, yeah? There was a break-in in the warehouse. Some burglars broke into the warehouse. But notice as well, to break in, to use something new so that it's good for use, so that it's ready for use. So I've got these new shoes and I need to wear them in, to make them, notice wear in, to make them comfortable so that I can use them. So I need to wear in these new shoes by using them little by little until they're comfortable. Yeah? To break something in. You could break in a horse as well, so it's ready for use. Also, to break in, when somebody is talking and you want to say something, you may need to break in to interrupt someone or something while it's going on. So there was a conversation which I had to break into. Okay, so the man interrupted the conversation and said no. He broke into the conversation and said no. Okay, or I broke into the meeting. I broke into the speech. It's to stop someone doing something, to do something, and probably they will then continue. Okay, so to break in. yeah, where there's a robbery, to use something till it's ready for you, complete use, or to interrupt. Okay, break into, yeah, to start doing something, to begin to do something. He broke into a laugh, yeah, he began to laugh. Or to begin to use something, particularly for emergencies, because you're a bit desperate. So he broke into the emergency rations. He had no food, and he started to use the emergency rations. He broke into them. I had to break into my savings. It's got the idea of this stealing or burgling. You break to enter and steal. That's the idea of break into. Yeah. Notice the burglars broke into the house. That's also valid. Yeah. Okay, he broke into a laugh, he broke into a run. So, also, while I'm thinking about it, you can break into a field, or a professional field. So he's trying to break into singing. He's trying to become a singer. Start. Okay, so I'm going to break off from break into and go to break off. So the first thing with break off, obviously you can break off a part of something, yeah? But also, you could break off a conversation, to stop, yeah? So she stopped the conversation very suddenly. She broke off the conversation. She stopped. She severed it, if you like. No more conversation. She was staring at him, and then she broke off her stare, yeah? Or also with a relationship very often. He broke off the engagement. They broke off their relationship. Okay, they stopped their relationship. They stopped having a relationship. They broke it off. Okay, to break off. Okay, now to break out. Okay, or maybe even an outbreak. Notice an outbreak as a phrasal noun. So to break out, to start, particularly a war or an epidemic, or when something suddenly starts, yeah? Panic broke out. We broke out laughing. We broke out into laughter. I think it's better we broke out laughing, though. Okay, so you have an epidemic. An epidemic started. The epidemic broke out, yeah? An epidemic broke out. And the doctors had to help many people. Or we began laughing. We broke out laughing, yeah? Or a war started. A war broke out. Okay, there was an outbreak of war, yeah? There was an outbreak of cholera. There was an outbreak. An epidemic is an outbreak, okay? So let's go to break out, meaning to escape, okay? So 3 prisoners broke out, okay? Escaped from prison. They broke out of the prison. They broke out from the prison. So notice it's break out, but it could be of the prison, from the prison. Even there was a breakout at the prison, okay? But the prisoners broke out of the prison or broke out from the prison, okay? So to escape, yeah, that's the idea of it. But this isn't an outbreak. This is a breakout. An outbreak is an episode, an epidemic when something starts. There was an outbreak of panic. There was an outbreak of laughter. But there was a breakout at the prison. Okay? Now, let's try another one. To break out in. This is normally talking about our skin. You could break out in spots. Yeah? So to start to have spots. When I was 14, my face began to have lots of spots. When I was 14, I broke out in spots. Or notice intransitive, I broke out. We probably understand it's the spots. You could break out in a rash where your skin is irritated and red. So the skin on my arm was irritated. I had a rash. My arm broke out, began in a rash. Or also when you sweat, you can break out in a sweat. He began sweating profusely. He broke out in a profuse sweat. Okay, so a lot of sweating. And breakthrough. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Keep up. Don't give up yet. You're almost there. So breakthrough. Okay, so you could break through a barrier. Yeah, he broke through the sound barrier. Yeah, and went even faster. Okay, he passed the sound barrier. Okay, he broke through the sound barrier. Or a breakthrough can also be a discovery, like you break through something that is blocking your way. Yeah, he made a great breakthrough, a great discovery. Penicillin was a great breakthrough. Scientists have made a breakthrough in medicine. So, break up. Well, firstly, to separate into different pieces. The glass smashed and broke up. Or perhaps the Soviet Union separated in 1991. The Soviet Union broke up in 1991. It separated into different pieces, to break up. Yeah? Sorry. Also, when you're on the phone, particularly a mobile, somebody's voice can break up. I can't hear you very well. Your voice is breaking up. Yeah, I can't hear you. Or maybe in Skype when you're talking and the connection's suddenly very bad, the voice breaks up. Yeah? You know that situation very well. Also, academic terms, particularly school terms. The children break up on the 14th of December. School finishes on the 14th of December. The schools break up on the 14th of December. The children break up. They break up for Christmas. Okay? Or a relationship can break up as well. So, yeah, he was very drunk a lot of the time, and this created the end of the relationship. So drunkenness caused the breakup. Yeah, caused the breakup of the relationship. The relationship broke up because of the drunkenness. Okay? And that's all of them. Yeah? So, let's just try them again, just for a second. To break away, to separate from. Yeah? To be apart from. To break down, to start to cry. To separate into constituent parts. He broke the machine down into its parts. And my car broke down, the machine broke down, it wouldn't work. To make a break for freedom, particularly with make. The prisoner broke for the door. He made a break for the door. To break in, to begin to use. I need to break in my new shoes. I need to break in these new workers, break in a new horse. Or a burglary, when somebody breaks and enters. There was a break-in at the warehouse. I'm sorry to break into your conversation, to interrupt. Okay, to break into laughter, to break into a laugh, to begin to do something. Or to break into your savings, begin to use something at an emergency, because it's an emergency. Okay, to break off, to separate. He broke off a piece of chocolate. She broke off the conversation. She broke off her stare. She stopped her stare. Or they stopped the relationship. They broke off the relationship. Okay, so this epidemic, yeah? An epidemic is an outbreak, yeah? There was an outbreak of flu. There was an epidemic of flu, okay? It started. We all began to break out laughing. A war broke out as well. Okay, I was really hot and I broke out in a sweat. So something coming out of your skin. You break out, it comes out of your skin in something. Break out in a sweat, break out in a rash, break out in spots. Okay, yes, and then to escape from somewhere. I was locked in the house and I had to break out, yeah? So the prisoners broke out of the prison. They broke out from the prison. Or there was a breakout at the prison, yeah? Penicillin was a great breakthrough, was a great discovery. The computer was a great discovery, was a great breakthrough. By listening to this video, you will make a significant breakthrough in your understanding of phrasal verbs, yeah? And to break up, to separate, yeah? To separate into its parts. But not to dismantle, to break into pieces, to separate permanently. Whereas if you break something down, it may not be permanent. So to break up, the Soviet Union broke up in 1991, yeah? Or when you can't hear somebody because the connection is not good. The connection is breaking up, your voice is breaking up. And then schools finish. School breaks up for Easter, breaks up for the summer. When does school break up? And then finally, okay, for the end of a relationship or something like that. The breakup of the relationship was caused by his drinking. So, wow, break up, break down, break in, break out, break through, wow. I hope you enjoyed the video. Watch it again if you want the answers to the questions, which will be posted later. Okay, so if you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Phrasal verbs break.